Hi everybody, Stuff and Things here, bringing you another exciting installment in the Mega Man 1 All Stages Tournament. Tonight we have Squidman versus StreamLine, and really looking forward to this. This is going to be a great race, and right off the bat you may have noticed something a little bit peculiar. From what I understand, these two have a gentleman's agreement. Squidman is primarily a glitchless runner, not really an all-stages runner, but he's been learning a lot for this tournament. StreamLine is just good at both of those categories, and so somehow they convinced each other to run this first race in this all-stages tournament, not as all-stages, but as glitchless. So we're in for a treat this evening, because now in case you've never seen glitchless, you're going to get to see Mega Man 1 as programming basically intended. So they're not going to glitch in this run, and they're not going to zip, and they're not going to use all the little tricks. The runs are going to be just a couple minutes slower. That's just a fact of doing it this way without all the little tricks. And then when they go to their second race, and if there is a third, then they're going to be doing all stages and using the zips and all those tricks and things. So this is going to be a great comparison of what it is, the original style, if you will, glitchless versus all stages. And right now, this is a fantastic beginning. This is a great example of gut stage for you in sort of a glitchless mode, where again, look at that, we're really close matched up. It's a pretty straightforward stage, really, when you do it glitchless, and so there's a little bit of variability in the fight at the end against Gutsman, because there's a lot of different patterns and things that he can do. And so both runners going into cut stage. And so the difficulty here, since they are trying to run it glitchless, the difficulty here is to not glitch. There's a lot of places where one of the glitches you're going to use in this stage is the select glitch, to avoid Mega Man getting knocked back when he gets hit by enemies. So when he gets hit, if you hit select to pause the game and then hit select again to unpause the game, Mega Man's no longer in that knockback animation. So it's a way to save time and save movement. But when you're running it glitchless, you are supposed to not do that. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. Okay, Squidman made the corner jump, and that's a very tricky jump. It's pretty much one pixel that you need to wrap around that corner. StreamLine missed the corner jump and then had the very unlucky timing of landing on a bullet, which knocked him down a screen. So Squidman off to a nice little lead here in cut stage. I see in chat people asking about how long is the glitchless run. World record in glitchless is 22:42, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're a top level runner, the glitchless versus all stages can be about 4 minutes difference, maybe more like 3.5 minutes. Both of these runners, Squidman and StreamLine, are incredibly close to each other on the leaderboards, and so I think they both have. I think StreamLine is in the 22s, high 22s, like a 22:58 or 57. I haven't looked. And Squidman, I know, is in the low 23s. I think Squidman is 23 and teens or something like that. So this is a very, very close matchup when they run it glitchless like this. Squidman using the 2 blocks there to take Cutman down really fast. Since you have Guts power, this is one of the places where it's an advantage to use it, instead of bustering Cutman like you would see most of the time in an all stages run. Heading into a Lex stage, and this is, no matter what way you run the game, a Lex stage is always a challenge. These beginning hops alone are a tricky little thing. You want to do it quickly, you don't want to get hit by the sliders. And there's some more sliders on the second screen. Squidman running into one of them there. And StreamLine about to drop into a Lex stage as well. popular strategy on that screen that Streamline just left is to run into one of the sliders and then use the select glitch to get right through it. But since they're running glitchless, they have to do something a little bit different there and dodge the sliders, jump over them, which is a little bit tricky. Squidman's coming up on the dreaded corner jump. This is really tight. And he falls. Oh, that fall costs about 12 seconds. And so that 12 seconds right there matches him up with Streamline again. They are almost frame for frame. Streamline makes it, having a little trouble following his stream. Streamline's mentioned before that his internet tends to work a lot better in the mornings, and then in the afternoon and evenings it's for some reason has a tough time. So hopefully we won't have too much of a slideshow tonight, but so far we're looking pretty good. So now they're not going to do the magnet beam grab in an all stages fashion here. They're going to switch to guts, and they're going to pick up these blocks and get them out of their way. Normally in all stages, if you run cut first, you've got to do the tricky ladder zip thing to get that magnet beam. One of the advantages of doing it with guts is there is no magnet jail. There's no way to soft lock the game as long as you have guts. You can always get out or get in. And I always love seeing how runners use the magnet beam on the second half of the stage in different ways. They're not placing beams in the same places. They're not using the same strategies. Everybody has something that's a little bit different from everyone else as far as how to approach the rest of the stage with magnet beam. Streamline making nice work of the zappers. The magnet beam here will let you get past these zappers a lot faster than if you were just to wait for the zappers to be out of your way. Looks like Squidman caught up a little bit on the ladders because Streamline got zapped a couple times, but he did not fall, so that's the key there. Is if you fall down the ladder, that's a big problem. And Squidman getting the high grab. We'll take a look here when they come into ice stage to see what the difference is, but after Squidman's fall there, he did lose a chunk of time, and he's closed the gap a little bit more here. .744 on Streamline's timer, 7:47 on Squidman, so it's only about a 3 to 3.5 second difference right now. Closer than I thought. No, we aren't using the pause glitch. This is a gentleman's agreement of a glitchless run for the first race, because both Squidman and Streamline are very, very good glitchless runners in this game. So they decided to do it. I'm not 100% sure why, but I think we're in for a treat because this is pretty interesting. So no ice pixel right there where Squidman is. They've got to go down through the Yoku block screens and just beam their way through. So Squidman looks like he's got a little bit of a lead now. And then this next section, ideally, I think in glitchless, you want to just use 4 beams to get across this big gorge with the platforms. Because you take the platforms out of the equation. Those platforms are horrible. They're random. They move in completely random ways, and it can be a nightmare getting through this area if you have to rely on the platforms or if you have to go down into the lower area. Streamline went down that way, and I'm not sure what happened there, if he was low on beams and he had to go pick up the refill, but you can see how much trouble it is being down in that lower area. Squidman is about to take on Electman, and he's not going to use the select glitch to kill the boss faster. He has to actually shoot 3 elect beams. Normally, in all stages, when you hit a boss with a projectile like elect beam, you can pause the game with select and then unpause again, and that has sort of the same effect as not getting knocked back when you're Mega Man. But when you hit a boss with a projectile, when you unpause the game, the same projectile can hit the boss multiple times. So it's a nice little way to take bosses down a lot faster, and it's really important on the Yellow Devil in Wily 1 stage. That's going to be a big difference between all stages and glitchless. I was going to say zipless, but that's a different category. And you see a very different approach here at the beginning of Fire Stage. They can't use a beam to zip through that wall. They actually do have to go run around the passages here. And this is going to be another illustration of some just different strategies. Squidman using ice to freeze these fire columns and then bounce off of them and move in the way he wants to. Streamline using the beam to get around the fire and move up through the stage more quickly than just walking and climbing ladders and things like that. And they want to definitely avoid that hole right there where Squidman just passed, because that hole will... It's really easy to zip when you accidentally drop in there, and you don't want to do that when you're running glitchless, because a zip is technically a glitch. And a couple of techniques there to avoid the sliders and the bullets, using some beams to not get hit by things if you can. Squidman's at the door, and now Streamline is, so it's still a very close race. See what happens in Fireman here. Fireman can be a little bit of a challenge when you can't use glitches. Let's see what they do. Yeah, a little different in how they approach that one. Squidman basically damage boosting through Fireman's shots the whole time, and Streamline shooting and jumping and trying to avoid some of them. I couldn't tell you which one is actually the fastest strat there. And both runners there using some quick little jumps to get around those bombs and those explosions. Some fancy footwork. Let's see what happens here. Now this screen where Squidman just got to and Streamline's right behind. Squidman is going for Iceless, using beams to get over Sniper Joe. So is Streamline. It's a pretty difficult strategy. You have to stay away from Sniper Joe. He's relentless. He will chase you down, and he jumps and tries to pull you off your beams, and he does it quite a lot. The advantage to using beams to get across that and not go to ice and freeze Sniper Joe and just get him out of your way is that there's one less menu that you have to go through. And you're really running the whole time on your beams, and so your movement is very efficient if you're running on beams the whole time. And both runners getting through the last phase there with a couple more beams. Take a hit from a final Sniper Joe and drop down the little corridor here. They are just keeping the pace that they've been on. Two really good bomb stages there, very clean. And the glitchless fight here, you can't use the pause glitch again. You've actually got to hit Bomb Man 7 times with fire, whether it's the fire shield or the actual fireball that goes out as a projectile. And there we are. We'll take a look at when they warp into the stage here in Wily, see what the difference is. It's going to be really similar to what it has been. 3 or 4 seconds, I'm guessing. Squidman at 14:22. Streamline at 14:29, so it's a little farther apart than I thought. Their timers look like they're synced up really well. So sometimes timers don't exactly sync up perfectly. It's the SRL timer that we're actually going off of as far as who's going to win this race. These jumps are nasty where Squidman is. We call those the Cheeto jumps because these look like those flaming Cheetos, you know? So the Cheeto jumps and getting over those spikes is also a little bit of a trick. I mean, you kind of take it for granted, but it's really easy to bonk Mega Man's head on the ceiling and then fall down into the spikes because the ceiling is sort of in your way, and if you don't do a really small jump, Mega Man will hit the ceiling and then bounce back down. And you can't use a screen wrap here when you're doing glitchless. You've actually got to run through the place. And now the dreaded platform room. Again, random platforms, they move randomly, and they will do some really strange things and get in your way. Both runners getting through really well. Looks like StreamLine's made up some time. Yeah, this is pretty tight now. This is only 1 or 2 seconds apart. Alright, now the biggest difference in running... Well, one of the biggest differences, because there's a couple of other things that are really important between glitchless and all stages, but this is one of them right here, the Yellow Devil. Since we can't use the select glitch to take the Yellow Devil down quickly with one shot of the elect beam, you can only hit Yellow Devil one time, and then he's going to move to the other side of the room, and then you can hit him one time again. There's no way to hit him multiple times, at least that I know of. So they're going to have to hit him once, and then dodge all of the little pieces of Yellow Devil again, and then hit him once, and keep doing that. I don't remember exactly how many shots this is. Is it 7? So this takes about a minute longer to do it this way than if you can glitch him down. Both runners with one more shot to go. And sometimes this last shot's kind of important. There's ways to try to get it in there a little bit faster. And there we see Squidman taking damage on purpose so that he can be right by the eye when he fires. StreamLine dodges the last shot, but it looks like he didn't. It really didn't make any sort of difference. So this is very tight now. A lot of things can happen here in Wily 2. This first jump is terrifying. Especially when you can't glitch. Okay, they both make it through it, no problem. But it is very tight to not run into that little propeller head guy on the first jump when you land on the next platform. If you do get hit by him, he'll knock you back far enough to knock you off of the ledge. And since we're in glitchless and you can't glitch out of that knockback situation, usually he'll just kill you if he hits you. Both runners looking really smooth so far. Taking down Cutman in the refight, no problem at all. Boy, we are almost synced up. StreamLine's making up little bits of time as we go. Squidman with a good fight. StreamLine as well. Wow, they're matched up just about. StreamLine menus at a different place. Squidman with the bomb skip. That makes up time. It was a very nice bomb skip there. That's a tight timing thing. Squidman and StreamLine are going to try to skip past... Oh, really nice. Squidman gets it. StreamLine gets it. That is a very difficult trick. I don't know how many frames it is, but you're in iframes after running into one of those Susies up above. When you go through the next screen and the next set of Susies, if you can do it fast enough, and if your movement from the screen above was fast enough, you can get through the next set of Susies without taking another hit. But it's very tight. It's very difficult. So, Squidman with what you might consider almost a flawless Wily 2 as far as glitchless goes. StreamLine probably as well. StreamLine's menuing in different places than I am used to from when I've run it, but I think the only difference is that StreamLine's approach to the bomb area was slightly different, and I think that's where the difference came from, why Squidman is about one shot ahead on this clone right now. Alright, Wily 3. Now this is another stage with a big difference between glitchless and all stages. Since you can't zip, you have to just go through the stage here. There's a couple strategies to try to get through here, sometimes taking damage on purpose, sometimes trying to avoid everything. But once you get to this point, that both runners are, now you have to walk. When you do all stages, normally you're zipping past all of this and you barely even see it. But now they're going to have to walk and jump over all of the penguins and bombs that are down here. It's very easy, it's just time consuming. Now, this race could be decided by these bubbles coming up, because since you can't use dupes and you can't throw 7 blocks, you're going to have to buster down 3 of them. I bet they're going to buster down the first 3 because that's easier, because the bubbles move slower the earlier they are. Depending on the direction the bubbles come from will determine some of your time. Squidman getting a left bubble there, Streamline getting one, but he takes a hit from it. So I think Squidman and Streamline getting a right side there, which is not ideal. I think Squidman gained a little bit of time from that left side bubble. No dupes. We didn't want to see dupes in this one. That would have invalidated a glitchless run. So yeah, Squidman gained a little bit of time from RNG, I think. And Wily 4. Wily 4 is a huge challenge in glitchless. This is one of the hardest stages, because now they're going to go up this ladder. Streamline using beams to get up the ladder a little quicker. Squidman going right through that wall there. Different strategies here. Streamline refilling some beams. This is really interesting. 2 different strategies for this stage. You have to get past all these little shooty guns when you do it glitchless. You still want to beam across where Squidman is right now and Streamline is just getting to. And now here's another huge difference between the 2 categories. In glitchless, you have to do the refights. You have to fight all 4 of these robots. In all stages, you try to do the refight skip and don't bother with these guys at all. You just warp up through the ceiling, take a death, and then you're at the Wily machine. So there's going to be a bunch of RNG. Looks like they had about the same fight from Bomb Man. Streamline made up a little bit of time, I think. Squidman really clean there, not taking a hit from Fireman. Streamline getting hit with the last flame. That's tricky. Using Elec against Iceman here is pretty straightforward. He just takes 3 hits and you get out. Gutsman is another problem. He can jump his different directions and be an issue. If he hits the ground when Mega Man's standing on the ground, he earthquakes and it's really hard to deal with. Streamline getting the good pattern. Gutsman went to the right. Squidman getting a tough pattern where Gutsman comes left into your face. Oh, this is close. This is exciting. Squid's going to refill his fire. Streamline has to refill his fire. His fire was very low. I hope that's not a problem for him. Because here's another difference. You can't just race Wily down. Your life is low because of those refights. You had to take some sort of damage at some point throughout glitchless. So you've got to take out Wily and not take a ton of damage. So this is a little bit tricky. This is going to be very, very close. And you have to time his shots so that you're not getting hit when you're trying to hit him with your fire shield. Squidman's close. Looks like Squidman's got it. Yep, and according to SRL, Squidman is the winner with a SRL time of 23:32. That's a really pretty darn good glitchless time. And Streamline with a 24:12. I don't see how they were that far apart. They look like they were just right together. I wonder if he didn't hit the enter button late. Oh no, I see. He's still going. I just assumed that he beat Wily. He must have taken too much damage. I just assumed. I mean, it's Streamline, right? That doesn't happen. Wow. Well, even if Streamline had taken down the Wily machine, it looked like Squidman was just ahead. So congrats to Squidman. And looks like we are going to see Race 2 and quite possibly Race 3. Stay tuned, because the next race is not going to be glitchless. The next race is going to be what was advertised, is going to be all stages. So we're going to see the polar opposite, in a way, of this run. You're going to see skips, you're going to see zips, you're going to see select glitches, you're going to see all the other things, all the other tricks. Streamline will have a very, very different time in all stages. Streamline with a 24-minute time. Streamline's very capable of a 19-minute time when it comes to all stages. So it's going to be a very, very different experience. It'll be a lot of fun. So stay tuned. So if you've been following the Mega Man 1 All Stages Tournament, you might know that we have left the group stages. The tournament started with 32 runners. The group stages, well, all the runners were put into groups of 4, and the groups of 4 were a round-robin fashion where everybody in a group played each other. The top 2 runners out of each group moved on, and we are in the beginning phases of the Sweet 16. This is the second match of the Sweet 16, as far as I know. Earlier today, the Cove defeated Nis, and the Cove will be moving on to the top 8 because it is single elimination now. This match will determine who moves on. I'm looking at the schedule of races coming up in case anybody's really looking forward to more races. Some guy named Stuffin' Things is racing Prizzy Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. KLM is racing Orsa Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Dexter is racing Casio on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. It may be 3:30 as well. There's a comment there that says maybe it could be 3 or 3:30. But stay tuned for those, and just keep an eye on all the Speed Gaming channels as well, because there should be a lot of these Mega Man races coming up this weekend, because the deadline for getting in your first race in this ladder is approaching, so people have to get their races in. And it looks like we are off on race 2. So now we have something really different. Streamline is starting cut because we are going all stages. They can use zips, they can use glitches. Squidman is going guts first. Squidman, primarily being a glitchless runner, is very comfortable with guts first. An advantage to it is that he's not going to have to worry about magnet jail when he gets to the elect stage and has to grab the magnet beam, because he can use those the guts powers to just get the blocks out of his way. But the advantage that Streamline will have is that if he can get the magnet beam really quickly with the zips techniques and go through the walls and get it, he gains some time by doing that, and then when he gets to Gut Stage at the end of his 6 Robot Masters, he can use the beams in Gut Stage to make that stage go by quite a lot faster. So it's really interesting to see these two different level orders go against each other. It'll be kind of difficult to know who's ahead until they converge at the Wily stages, but yeah, if we just pay attention, watch for mistakes or deaths or anything, we'll have a pretty good idea. Now we're going to see Squidman take on Gutsman again with the Buster. When Streamline does get to this point, he's going to get to use bombs. Of course, that's Gutsman's weakness. Squidman getting those shots in nice and fast. That's a pretty good Guts time there. He grabbed the orbit 145. Streamline cruising through the corridor to get to cut. And he's in there well before the 2-minute mark. And Streamline's going to use Buster to take down Cutman. It's a pretty straightforward fight because Cutman is one of the robots that when you hit him with a Buster, he gets knocked back. That doesn't happen all the time. So it does make this fight somewhat simple because you just kind of pin Cutman in the corner with some good shot timing and dodging of his cut blade. But once you do it a couple times, it's not too bad. So Squidman is now on the cut stage. Streamline going to Elec. Streamline with a little bit of trouble bouncing up that first screen. Squidman's having trouble with this corner jump. He's going to go around, but he's taking a couple shots. That could be problematic if the Susies want to give him trouble coming up here. So there you see Squidman using the select glitch to hit that Susie on purpose and then get right past it. That's one of the differences in the two categories of runs there. Okay, Streamline coming up to the dreaded corner jump. Not a problem. I think Streamline's pretty darn consistent at that. And Squidman's looking fine. He has more than enough health to deal with the big eye that's at the bottom of this screen here. That's always something you want to keep in mind. The big eyes do 10 damage. They're one of the hardest hitting things in the game. Right there, Squidman gets hit. But you can come into the end of that stage with 10 or less damage, and Big Eye becomes kind of the gatekeeper of the run. Here, Streamline's doing the magnet beam grab by zipping through walls. He's back out. There he goes. Okay, not bad. One of the dangers there, if you've never seen it before, is when you get to that little square that's holding the magnet beam, if Mega Man walks all the way into the room and isn't overlapping the wall anymore, you will soft lock the game. You are stuck and you have to reset because you don't have Guts power to pick up the blocks and throw them out, and there's no other way to get out of that room if you go all the way in it. So Streamline doing it really well, not getting locked into magnet beam jail. Squidman coming into Elec stage. Streamline reaching the top of Elec stage, just about. Ooh, Streamline low on life here. If Streamline somehow gets hit by one of these zappers, he will die. And these jumps are very tight, and the timing has to be really good, especially the first one on the screen. You've got to get out of the bottom of that screen really fast. Streamline making it look like it's not a problem at all. Now it'll be Squidman's turn for the corner jump. He struggled with it last time. Oh, and he gets it first try this time. That's a big difference between his last run and this run. Streamline into ice. Now we're going to see some very different things in ice stage here from Streamline. When he gets to the top, well, I guess it's in a little bit, he's going to still beam across this little water area here. But if he sets his beams really well and he gets a pixel perfect spot, he does have it, I think. Yeah, he zips across a bunch of the water. Now he also can set that beam again right here. And now zip down through the screen and up through some walls. And that is a pretty nice time save there. And that to place that beam at the right height to make that actually work, it is pixel perfect. It's a very, very difficult trick. And he gets out of the bottom of the platform area like just so easily and so quickly. And he's got the second zip as well, which is even more difficult. Excellent. And StreamLine showing off a corridor zip there as well. It does save some time, and it's very swaggy. Okay, Squidman going into the elect climb. He's got some life, so if he takes a hit or two, he's going to be okay. And StreamLine using the select glitch to take Iceman down real fast. And Squidman is through. So they look like they're almost a stage apart, but you have to remember that Squidman's already done with Gutsman. And StreamLine's going to go back to it, but it's a very short stage, so it's still, again, hard to tell. I would be willing to bet that StreamLine is in the lead. So StreamLine using a beam to zip through that wall. Now he didn't have to run all back and forth through those passages. Squidman entering ice. See if StreamLine can find the beam placement here. I think he has it. For another zip and screen wrap. And then another zip and screen wrap. And he pops right out quite a bit farther through the level. Squidman beaming across the water section here. Yeah, Squidman's not going to be doing the first zip that can get you over the water a little bit faster. I think he is going to try Ice Pixel here. There he goes. Okay, I think he tried it. He might not have hit the right pixel placement, so then he's just going to move on, which I think is a wise choice. If you sit there throwing beams at it, you could miss it a lot more. StreamLine with the corridor zips there, that was beautiful. That's one of the hardest corridors to get corridor zips in too, because those turrets are in your way on the ceiling. Squidman does have to go get the refill at the bottom of the stage there. StreamLine takes care of Fireman very quickly with the select glitch. Okay, StreamLine is entering bomb. Squidman is in the corridor leading to ice. At the beginning of bomb here, we're not going to see much of a difference until they get about halfway through the stage, maybe a little more than halfway, where they can do a great big zip and skip like the last third of the stage in bomb. But this early part is pretty much the same, with the exception that if you get hit by something, you can use the select glitch to not get knocked back and move a little quicker. Squidman's into fire stage. StreamLine's going to use ice, or I'm not going to use ice, use beams to get past Sniper Joe again. And see, Sniper Joe, he doesn't quit. He's still chasing. You look like you're going to despawn him, and that rarely happens, but it can happen. You can despawn Sniper Joe if you get really lucky, because Sniper Joe's pretty random. There's a lot of different things, movements he can do, but he almost always chases you. StreamLine with the quick zip setup on those beams, that was beautiful. And there's the big zip. He just skipped a ton of the stage right there. It happened so fast you can't really even see it. And StreamLine's going to use glitches to take Bomb Man down quickly as well. Pausing and unpausing so that that fireball hits Bomb Man multiple times. And so StreamLine's going to go to Guts now. Gotta go to Guts. Squidman is looking for the fire zip here. This is a little bit of a dangerous zip. Squidman tried to be safe on that zip there. He's going to try again. He tried to be safe on that zip because if you jump too early as you do this screen wrap, you can end up too high, and if you end up too high, you just fall back down and you end up dead. I think Squid was trying to be a little bit safe there and jump late so that he didn't die, but if you jump too late, you just screen wrap and you come out of the bottom of the screen and you're sort of like, wait a minute, I think I've done this before. Little deja vu. StreamLine is showing us how to use beams in Guts. There's a lot of cool things that can be done here. One of the things he got was that when you get one of the zips there is that the miners become glitched and they look really weird and full of letters and numbers and stuff. So that's kind of fun. That's some extra swag. And another place that StreamLine's going to be doing corridor zips, and so this is another advantage. Squidman couldn't even really go for this, and that's how it's done right there. That was, wow, 2 really perfectly placed beams to zip over the entire corridor, basically. Let's see if StreamLine can get the swag grab. No swag grab, so run is invalid. No, that's not true at all. But what you want to do there is throw the bomb, and hopefully Gutsman stays near the bomb, because you know he can jump all over the place. You use the select glitch to make sure that Gutsman gets hit by the bomb 3 times, and then if you're in the air and that happens, and Gutsman like lands on the ground, he'll still earthquake, and for some reason, even when Mega Man's in the air, he gets affected by it, and he has that weird animation where he's kind of like sitting down and getting shook around, and you can be in the right place too. Oh, I see what happened. That didn't even register in my brain. StreamLine went back to gut stage. So he selected the wrong stage. So what he's got to do here is he's got to go get himself killed 3 times so that he can select the right stage. Big opportunity for Squidman. I didn't even register. I didn't even understand what I was seeing when I saw Guts again. It didn't even make sense. Until StreamLine jumped to his death and I realized what was happening. So he's going to select the Wily stage this time. Really interesting. Squidman not able to get the bomb zip. So what could have been a great opportunity for Squidman is unfortunately lost. And that shows us just right there how far ahead StreamLine was. It's kind of hard to tell when they're all on different stages and whatnot. But even with having to go kill himself 3 times at the beginning of Gut stage, StreamLine is into Wily, and Squidman is still finishing up Bomb Man just now. StreamLine's going for the Wily 1 zip. He doesn't get it, and that's a little bit costly because he used a handful of beams there to no avail. They were basically useless, and so he's going to have to refill his beams at some point to have enough beams to do what he wants later on. It's a mistake, but it's not going to be enough of a mistake for Squidman to be able to really do enough with it, I think. StreamLine dealing with those platforms again. He's going to go back down there, get those 2 little beam refills, because like I said, he needs those. Oh, a 2 beam on the right side is really nice. That's really hard to do. You got to get your placement of your beams just right. Squidman's starting the Wily 1 stage. Icing his way past the first 2 big eyes. Ice is the 3rd one, but you want to go through it. It's faster to just run right through the thing. Didn't try to dodge the 3rd one. And now we're going to see StreamLine select glitch down the Yellow Devil, and it was a little uncharacteristic. StreamLine has a technique for making it so that you can hit the Yellow Devil with the elect beam even faster than just a regular select glitch. I don't know how it's done, but there's a certain rhythm to the select glitch. You can't just mash the select button. There's a rhythm to it and a timing thing. So there's only there's like a certain speed that you can go, that you can do damage to the bad guys. But when it comes to the Yellow Devil, StreamLine has found a way to do that even faster, so that the Yellow Devil takes a lot of damage. Squidman getting really close to those spikes in the spike room, but he makes it through. Ooh, my heart skipped a beat there when he had to jump one more time to get on a beam. That was tight. That was close. StreamLine in the cut refight. Now, Squidman's going to take the Yellow Devil down with glitches, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many people there are that use StreamLine's technique of being able to do the Yellow Devil glitch really fast. I don't know how to do it. StreamLine doing another zip that's similar to the magnet beam grab there. Now on this next screen, he's got to get out of this wall. Oh, well, he screen wraps it back down, and that's basically how that part's done. If you don't get out of that wall properly and you end up wiggling downward, you can get yourself killed because there are some invisible spikes. The game is confused on what screen you're actually on. And so, yeah, you can get yourself killed, but of course, Streamline not only getting it, but getting himself all the way down to the bottom of the last screen, which is beautiful. Streamline about to move on to Wily 3, where we're going to see a pretty serious zip, or at least or maybe a set of zips. Squidman again with the bomb skip. He didn't touch a bomb, which is pretty cool. Let's see if he can also get the sneak here. Sometimes call this the CK sneak for cool kid. Yep, there it is. Those are two pretty difficult tricks. Okay, Streamline with the first zip. He has to come out of this wall just right, set this beam, and execute the second zip. There it is. And now this is a long zip. It's a really good one. Notice that Streamline's going through here a lot faster than walking was. Now Streamline's also going to go for some dupes. When you throw the blocks with guts, if you press B right when the last piece of the bricks leave the screen, you get another block for free. There's one there. You need 3 of them to get a big advantage on this screen. He got 2 so far. And he's got 3, so he can kill all of these bubble bots. He gets a swag one, throws it away. I don't need it because I've got extra. Killing all of those bubbles with guts and throwing bricks at them is a lot faster than having to use Buster at any point. Streamline's going to be using a couple more zips at the top of this ladder. He is going for the quick magnet beam zip. Let's see if he can set it up here. If you set these beams just right. He didn't get... Oh, no, he did. He wanted to get the refill first. That's a tricky setup, what he just did there. And here's another tricky setup to get this zip all the way to the teleporter. Squidman getting that Wily 3 zip. And there he goes. And Streamline using beams to do the refight skip. Streamline's going to take a death here, but it doesn't matter. He's got plenty of lives, and the best part is the respawn point is right in front of Wily's door. So the refight skip is a funny thing. When you fight Bomb Man, if you can get yourself high enough on the screen and have one of your items on the screen, whether it be a beam or a bomb that you threw, you'll screen wrap up into the top of the screen, and then the game gets a little confused and pushes you out to the right. You go past all of the boss rooms, the refight rooms, and then you die, but when you respawn, here you are, you're past all of those 4 robots. And there's Streamline, finishes off Wily. And Streamline's SRL time is 20 minutes flat, so 20:00. That's a really respectable time for a race, especially considering that Streamline had to go kill himself in Gutsman stage when he went there a second time. If he would have been in the mid-19s without that mistake. Squidman getting the zip. And another little zip off the ladder. Nice little extra bit there. And there we can see Squidman. Oh, for some reason he didn't screen wrap up. I don't know if he wasn't high enough, or if it also has to do with the timing of Bomb Man's next bomb that he throws. And there, Squidman getting it by throwing a bomb instead. It basically works pretty much the same, but if you do it with beam, there's a way to get out of the room even faster. Squidman just needs to go get some more fire and finish off Wily. One of the main differences in the Wily fight, I think I said this when they were doing glitchless, Squidman right now, since they respawned, since they died and now they're on a fresh life, is that Mega Man has full life right now. So all you want to do when you fight Wily when you have full life is use fire to get up there and hit Wily as fast as possible, deal as much damage in a short amount of time. And almost every time you'll win the race of who has more life, and Wily will go down. So there we go, Squidman with an SRL time of 21:39. Squidman in the SRL chat, I don't know if I was watching closely enough, said that he missed the bomb level zip because when he placed the beam off the ladder, he got subpixeled 3 times. And what that means is that when you place the beam, when you're hanging on the ladder and you place the beam, you want the beam to be like touching the ladder so that you can still go up and jump on the beam and then set up the rest of your zip. Sometimes, for some reason, the game kind of gets confused and will set your beam, but it won't be touching the ladder. It'll be some distance away from the ladder, and then if you try to jump on the beam and it's too far away, you won't make it and you'll fall down into the spikes and die. So what Squidman's saying there is that he got subpixeled 3 times and he couldn't make the zip actually happen. But yeah, GG both runners. We're going to have game 3 coming up. Let's see if Squidman can keep up with Streamline. We've seen that anything can happen. Streamline with that level select error was a pretty big error for him, and if Squidman could have a very, very clean run and capitalize on that kind of situation, we could see something really interesting. Looking forward to race 3, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere. One more race coming up in just a couple minutes. All right, looks like in SRL they're getting ready, so it's not going to be a long wait. So in just about 30-ish seconds, we should be starting race 3. And while we're waiting for them to actually fire off the gun, if you aren't familiar with Squidman or Streamline, they are both fantastic Mega Man speedrunners. They do a handful of other things as well, but if you haven't seen their channel before, definitely hit their channel and hit that follow button so that you can tune in at a later date. And we've got links to their channels right there. So Squidman and Streamline, definitely shoot them a follow. Great channels to watch really good Mega Man speedruns. And looks like we are off. And here we go again with the mismatch routes here. Streamline cut first, Squidman guts first. 1 win apiece. This is the race for all the marbles to get to the next stage of the tournament. Squidman jumping on these little platforms. This is one of those areas where Streamline gets an advantage when he uses Magnet Beam through there. You're at the mercy of the platforms when you have to just jump on them, and they're fairly slow. Sometimes they move backwards. It doesn't help. Running on Magnet Beam is, if you're ever running on a Magnet Beam and just running across the stage, it's probably better. Streamline into the Susies. These things move somewhat randomly as well. They move obviously left to right or up and down depending on which Susie it is. But their timing of when they move is the tricky thing. And there's definitely times when you want them to move, times when you want them to stay still so that you can get the best pattern and get through there as fast as you can. And Squidman's using guts again. Or not using guts, but using Buster to finish guts. And Streamline coming down the corridor, about to fight Cutman with the Buster. Yeah, so this is how it's usually done, is just shoot at the right timing when Cutman comes out of his iframes. A lot of times jump over his cut beam. If you have the life for it, you can just damage boost through the cut blade, rather. You can damage boost through the cut blade, and that way you're able to just stand there and keep on shooting. Squidman starting cut stage. These ladders and ledges, some of us were talking about this just earlier, just today, how difficult cut stage actually is. It's actually really, really hard. There's a lot of jumping and maneuvering. There's a corner jump. There's a lot of timings with these bullets and things. To get a really good cut stage is actually really difficult. Squidman is not able to get this corner jump tonight. That was the same exact thing that happened to him in the last run. Squidman's Susies were generally pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Streamline, uncharacteristic. Oh, that's the curse of the commentator. I'm so sorry, Streamline. That's my fault. I said last time I said, you know, that corner jump is not a problem for Streamline, that he gets it every time. And there we are, that he does take a fall. That costs about 12 seconds. Maybe it's a little shorter, especially if you're Streamline. So a little sliver of opportunity for Squidman there. A chunk that hopefully he can hold on to. Streamline going to do the magnet beam grab. He's got it. He is not in jail. He gets the top exit. Wow. The top exit is even more difficult. And it does save time because obviously you come out on the top and just go up a ladder instead of running around on the bottom of the screen again. Squidman just into Elec. Streamline with a little damage boost there, saves a little bit more time. You can run through those zappers. But this is what happened to him last time, although it wasn't a problem. He's low on life, and in this low life situation, if he gets hit by a zapper, it's over. First half is no problem. Second half, no problem. I think Streamline's done that before. It kind of looks like he's pretty comfortable with that. Taking down Elecman with Cut Blade is pretty darn simple. Just takes 3 hits. Squidman, a couple of tries on the corner jump, but he got it, and that's the important part. Just don't fall. Streamline starting ice. Well, Squidman will be coming up to the magnet beam pretty soon, but he won't be risking magnet jail. We'll see if Streamline can get all of the zips in this stage again. Last time he zipped across the water, and then he did get both of the important screen transition zips. Screen wrap zips. Is that what we call those? There we go. Zips through the water. It's beautiful. No problem with that ice pixel, with that pixel perfect spot for the beam to get all these zips. So Streamline is just crushing ice stage at the moment. Gonna grab a refill, keep on moving. the quick setup for the second zip. I don't think ice can be done any better. Let's see if he can get a double corridor zip. This is like perfection. There's one, and there's two. Oh my goodness. That was how it's done, folks. If you want to know how to do ice stage, you just do it the way StreamLine just did. That was pretty amazing. That was a great ice. Nice ice, as they say. Squidman finishes off Electman. He'll be starting ice, so they're about a stage apart. Again, Squidman has done Guts already, but since we saw last race, when they're about a stage apart, StreamLine is ahead. StreamLine struggling with this beam placement. Oh, this is interesting. He does get it, but he used a lot of beams there. I don't think it's going to be a problem for him. He probably still has enough for everything he wants to do. Oh, he short one there. Okay. StreamLine... did StreamLine maybe get gold on that ice stage? Because if he did, this is the gold curse. That's what this is. Usually when you get a gold and you have a miraculous stage like StreamLine just did, then the next stage is usually garbage. That's how that works. Okay, StreamLine getting back on his zips there. Screen wraps a couple times. Squidman going for the ice pixel again, can't find it. It's very difficult, especially, I mean, Squidman and I run glitchless a lot and have been running or learning these zip tricks for this tournament, and so we haven't had tons of time with them. And so I understand the struggle that Squidman's having trying to find these placements for these beams. It's very difficult, very hard. StreamLine makes it look so easy. StreamLine getting a double corridor zip in the difficult one with the turrets. That's the place where it's hard to place the beam. Well, they're all hard to place the beam perfectly, but you have turrets in your way and they're shooting at you, so that makes it even more difficult. And StreamLine finishing off Fireman. Squidman just about to head into Ice. Fight with Iceman. And there we go. Squidman will be moving into Fire while StreamLine starts Bomb. I think that's good luck, what StreamLine just got there. I don't know if you all saw that, but StreamLine just got 2 extra lives back-to-back from 2 consecutive springs, those little springy guys. Both of them gave him an extra life, so StreamLine has like 5 lives right now. But when you get an extra life in this game, it's good luck. If you get 2 like that, I've never had that, so I don't know what that means. I think it's some sort of super good luck kind of thing. Gonna use beams to evade Sniper Joe. This is where you can really see how relentless Sniper Joe is. He doesn't quit, and he just keeps jumping and jumping. And sometimes he's hard to deal with. StreamLine getting that little zip there in that part of Bomb Stage, which is a dangerous one because you can screen wrap and kill yourself at the top of the screen. And StreamLine making it look easy. Squidman coming up to the big fire zip, and we know that Squidman has struggled with this just a little bit. On the last run, Squidman screen wrapped instead of zipping. And he looks good here. Yes. Alright, that's a much better zip out of Squidman. StreamLine Bomb Man is gone, so StreamLine will be heading into Guts. And if you watch StreamLine here, this is where he has a big advantage. Running on a magnet beam, better than doing these platforms. And you can see even at the pace that the platforms move, StreamLine's outrunning them. So it's definitely better to run on a beam than use the platforms. StreamLine getting a zip there. I think there's 3 zips you can get in this stage. There's the second one. He just didn't get the first one, but that's really great to get 2 zips out of Guts there. Because not only has he been running on beams, but now he's also using those beams to get zips. That's really impressive. He gets the good pattern out of the big blue, out of Big Eye there, because he wants to save these 2 beams for this corridor. That's why he didn't use one to get over Big Blue. He does miss the first one, gets the second one. Squidman's working on the bomb dodges. StreamLine, let's see if we can get the swag grab this time. We didn't see it last time. There's the swag grab. That's what we're looking for. Squidman beaming over Sniper Joe as well. This is that relentless pattern. Oh, it's a different one. It's really kind of hard, too, when Sniper Joe changes things up and you're not quite ready for it. Squidman, nicely done. Doesn't get touched by Sniper Joe. And Squidman also struggled with this zip last time. He got subpixeled. So let's see here. He doesn't get subpixeled this time. He can get on the beam, he can set up the zip, and now he's cruising through the end of the stage. So that's going to be a good Bomb Man stage for Squidman. And once Squidman's done with this stage, he is on to Wily 1, which StreamLine just started. So I'm guessing that the difference between their times right now is a little closer than it was last time. StreamLine, again, not getting the Wily 1 zip. So he's used up some beams, and they didn't do him any good, so he's going to have to refill some beams. Gets through the dreaded Cheeto jumps and the race spikes. That first little spike right there after the ladder will take people out surprisingly easily. And usually it's in races. I think StreamLine was trying to set up some sort of other zip or screen wrap there. I'm not really familiar with that move that he was going for there. Fills up his beams a little bit. Squidman starting off at the beginning of Wily 1. StreamLine needed one more beam there. I think he's still fine on how many beams he has. But since I'm not I don't know StreamLine's strategies quite as well. I don't know how many beams he wants to have. So StreamLine, let's see if he will show us the quick Yellow Devil takedown. There it is, almost all of it, just one shot short. So like I said, I don't know how that works, but you can see how fast the rhythm was of all. I think he landed 6 shots right there, really, really quickly, way faster than the normal glitch will allow you. So that was pretty impressive. StreamLine into Wily 2. I have a feeling we're not going to see the Wily 2 skips here. We're not. StreamLine's just going to finish this thing off. Get the W. Squidman into Yellow Devil as well. And Squidman getting the really low eyeball. That's no fun at all. Squidman shot high with his first elect beam, had to shoot a second beam. Luckily for Squidman, he did finish off Yellow Devil. If Yellow Devil escapes and then is able to move over to the left side of the screen, it's a pretty big time loss. Okay, StreamLine will likely do the skip here at the late part of the stage. On this ladder, there he goes. Now the game is very confused on what screen he's on. And now he's going to come back inbounds. And he gets out of the wall. So this is he got out of the wall, he's alive, but it's a little slower than what he did last time, where he zipped all the way to here, the bottom of this screen, right before the clone fight. Squidman takes Cutman down. We'll be coming up on the Electman refight, while StreamLine begins the clone fight. Squidman couldn't get the bomb skip this time. I was hoping for 3 in a row. That would have been really cool, because that's a difficult skip. The timing has to be really good. And both of these runners have been doing super good with this skip here past the Susies. Yep, Squidman did get that one all 3 races. Streamline into Wily 3. We're going to see some more zips here. I wonder if Streamline is a little bit low on beam, and so he didn't use the beam on the first part of the stage. There's an early zip that you can do to get yourself to this position. Streamline did it last time. He wanted to conserve some beam, I think, there, because he only has 1 left now, so that was probably a really smart move for him. Now we're looking for some dupes. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. He's already got enough to get through the bubbles with all bricks instead of busters. And there it is. Okay, Squidman basically doing the same setup that Streamline just did. Streamline, let's see if he's gonna get. Oh, he's gonna have to use Elect, so he's not gonna be able to do the really fast setup for the first zip here because he's got to refill. Still not a problem for him. He's not gonna go for the zip here. He's just trying to finish this thing off from the looks of it. Not going for too many swag things. Maybe he's also a little low on beam. He wants to save him for here for the refight skip to ensure that that actually goes correctly, and it does. Squidman finishing off the bubbles. Streamline's heading into the Wily fight. Streamline skips the fire ammo refill. Saves a little time, but your ammo can end up a little thin. You've got to make sure that all your fire hits, whenever you jump up to hit Wily, are 3 hits. The other thing you can do is you can dupe your fire shield. Somehow, it's the same idea as the fire blocks. And GG to Streamline. There we are. Streamline with an SRL time of 1934. I think that's more the pace Streamline is looking for, what he's kind of used to. But GG, that's a great run. Anyway, yeah, the same thing as the guts blocks. When the fireball leaves the screen, I think if you push B at the right frame, you get a fire shield that just kind of hangs out around Mega Man for a good number of additional seconds. So it's in a way like getting free ammo. Squidman with the quick refight skip there with beams. That's the way he wants to do it. And now Squidman will just have to finish off Wily here. You can see Squidman trying to get 3 hits with every jump. It's a good fight. And GG Squidman. Squidman, according to SRL, Squidman improved his race PB. I don't know if it's his actual PB or his race PB by 7 seconds. SRL is reporting Squidman with a 2046. And Squidman, I think he does say that that's a new PB. So I think that was not just a race PB, but an actual PB for Squidman. So GG to both runners. That was a great set of races. And I for one, enjoyed the glitchless one first, especially how close it was. That was really fun comparison and a great race. So GG to both. That was really great. Don't go anywhere. Let's see if the racers want to come in and talk about their runs a little bit. We'll be right back. Looks like we might get Squidman. Probably not Streamline. He says that his throat is killing him, so hopefully Streamline's not under the weather. I think we have Squidman. Is that you?
Yeah, I am here.
All right. Well, Squid, first, GG. Good job on the races. That first race, that was really nice. Tell us a little bit about why did we see a glitchless run tonight?
Well, so Streamline and I are 3rd and 4th on the glitchless leaderboard, and I thought, why not have a close race as opposed to the glitches. He will obviously be better than me at the glitches.
Yeah, and a close race it was. It came, I don't know if you know, but it came down to the Wily machine. And you were a tiny bit ahead, and you did finish off the Wily machine just a little bit faster. And unfortunately, Streamline actually died to the Wily machine. But even if he would have finished it off, I think you would have won by about 1 second.
Jeez, it was that close.
It was. It was a great race. You'll have to watch it back because it was really good.
I certainly will.
Yeah. Tell us about the other 2 races. What went down with the all stages approach?
So yeah, that second race was it was fine. Like, I wasn't feeling like nervous or anything. I know Streamline's better than I am, so I was like sure he was gonna win. So I just took a casual approach to it and was trying everything out. Basically, I had to go all out with all my strats to even keep up. So you see, I tried new things this time than last time, like using Magnet Beam over Sniper Joe.
Right.
Doing the fire zip, and attempting to do like the bomb zip, but I got subpixeled about 3 beams in a row. I don't know if you saw it, but 3 beams in a row I got subpixeled, and I couldn't step on the beam, so I had to just go through the rest of the stage.
Yeah, you had a couple of rough goes at some of the zips, like that bomb zip. I saw the ice pixel attempts, and I know how hard those are.
Yeah, I tried Ice Pixel both races, and I said to myself, I'll try it at least once. And on the first race, I was 2 pixels off, and I said, I'm just going to go. And then the next race, I tried it twice, and still missed it.
Yeah. So that last race, SRL was showing that's a PB. It's not just a race PB, though? Is that a real PB?
Yeah, that's actually a PB for me, yeah.
Well, there you go. If that was your last run at all stages because you're done in the tournament now, at least you ended on a PB.
I did. I don't think that's the first. I might have PB'd another time in this race too, or in this tournament. I mean.
Well, yeah. Well, there you go. GG. Congrats. That's pretty awesome.
I've had some good times playing in this tournament. So.
All right. Well, any other parting thoughts?
Oh no, I'm just glad I made it to the bracket stages. That was my goal, really. The group stages were tough, and I just was thinking to myself, if I make it out of groups, I'll be happy. So that's pretty much it.
Well, you had some good runs tonight, especially the glitchless run. That was really impressive, yeah. and getting a PB in the any percent all stages. Yeah, I can't think of a better way to go out if you have to go out. So congrats.
If you don't count the second race there, those 2, the first and third races were really, really good.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Want to thank everybody at Speed Gaming for helping coordinate and put on this tournament. It's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun to run and to commentate. I've really enjoyed it. So thanks everybody at Speed Gaming. We already went over some of the upcoming matches, so tune in the next couple of days, especially over the weekend. I think there's going to be a lot of matches because there's a few more that need to even get scheduled. So tune in for all of that. And this is Stuff and Things signing off. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.